Welcome to the English Desk. This channel takes English apart and puts it back together in a way that makes sense. Short lessons, clear examples. Let's get into it.
All right, let's talk about two words that trip up just about everyone, principle and principle. They sound the same, they look almost the same, but they mean totally different things. If you've ever had that moment of doubt writing an email, don't worry, we're going to clear this up once and for all.
Principle or principle? Which one is it? You know that feeling, right? You're typing away and you just pause. Did I get that right? Trust me, you are so not alone. This is hands down one of the most common mix-ups in English, and it's completely understandable why. And here's the crazy part. It all boils down to just one letter. That's it, an A versus an E at the end. But that one tiny little letter, it completely flips the meaning of your sentence. It's one of those small details that really makes a huge difference in your writing.
Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. We're going to break down the core difference between these two. And once you get this, I promise, you're never going to mix them up again.
So here's the simplest way to think about it, right? Principle, the one with the A, is either a person or the main thing. Principle, with the E, is a rule, a belief, or an idea. Person versus idea. If you can just lock that in your brain, you've basically solved the puzzle.
Okay, let's dive a little deeper into principle. The easiest way to remember this one, your school principal is your pal, a person. It can also be an adjective, meaning main or most important, like the principal reason you're late for work. So if you're talking about a person or the main part of something, you always want that A.
Now what about principle? Well, this one is always a noun, and it's always about something abstract. Think of it as a rule, a truth, or a belief that guides you. You know, like when someone says, it's the principle of the thing, or honesty is a core principle. It's an idea, not a person.
Okay, that's great in theory, but what about when you're actually writing? How do you decide in the moment? Well, I've got a super simple question you can ask yourself every single time. Let's walk through it.
Here's your go-to test. Anytime you're stuck, just stop and ask yourself this one question. Am I talking about a person or a main part of something? If the answer is yes, boom, you use principle with the A. If the answer is no, it has to be about a rule or an idea, so you use principle with the E. See? It really is that easy.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's actually put this to the test and see how it works with a couple of real-world examples.
First up, let's take a look at the world of education, something we can all probably relate to. So, look at this sentence. The principal approved the policy. Okay, who approved it? A person, right? The head of the school. So let's use our little test. Are we talking about a person? Yes! So it's got to be principle with an A.
Okay, but what about this one? The policy is based on clear principles. Now, is the policy based on a person? Nope, it's based on a set of guiding rules or ideas. Since we're talking about those guiding concepts, we use principles with an E. See the difference? Person versus idea.
Awesome. Let's switch gears completely and try a different context just to make sure this really sticks. How about finance? Check this out. The principal amount was repaid. Now here, principal is an adjective. We're not talking about a rule, are we? We're talking about the main part of the loan. So let's ask our question. Does this refer to a main part? Yes, it does. So again, it's principle with an A.
And for our last one, the investment follows ethical principles. The investment isn't following a person, is it? No way. It's following a set of rules or beliefs. These are the ideas that are guiding the whole strategy. And since it's about ideas, you guessed it, we use principles.
Okay, so if you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this next slide. This can be your new guiding, well, principle. Yeah, I had to do it.
This is the whole thing in a nutshell. A principle leads. Think of a person, a leader, or the main part. A principle guides. Think of a rule or an idea showing you the way. If you can just remember that, principle leads, principle guides, you've absolutely nailed it. And there you have it. The great mystery is solved. Hopefully that confusion is totally gone for good. So the only thing left to ask is, what principle will guide your writing from now on?
Thank you for watching. If you want more lessons like this, stay with the English Desk. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more English educational sessions.